We're gonna ask some questions for the Tarek. Watch till the end and you will know the best business right now to start in UAE. I'm here at the Kitchen Park, which is the biggest cloud kitchen in the Middle East. So I have a few questions regarding the Kitchen Park. So why Cloud Kitchen is taking over right now in the UAE?
So what is it taking over? So first of all, oh, here's the mic. Right. So first of all, nice to meet you, man. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for doing that. So Cloud Kitchen Park. So Kitchen Park is the biggest provider of cloud kitchens here in the UAE at the moment. So we're gonna actually walk there and see some of the kitchens. So why the UAE is so successful is because people here tend to order more food than going out. Dubai is not really like a walking city. You just want to sit around and you'd rather order food than walking. I used to work in Europe and do the same job in London. London is different. Like obviously we have so much competitors. People prefer going out because obviously it's more of a walking city. So here, yeah, people just love ordering food. And we have so many different delivery aggregators like Kita, Deliveroo, Careem. Like these guys are going crazy right now. And yeah, I feel like here in Dubai, in the UAE, there's a tendency of more ordering food, staying at home and ordering rather than going out. That's why you have so many sites and so many cloud kitchens here in the UAE. We have around 30 sites, 100 sites in the Middle East, in the region, if you combine all the GCC countries. But Dubai right now, even though obviously we know what's going on right now, still like we're going strong. This is why UAE is so successful. Like people just love ordering food all the time. Yeah, exactly. This is insane technology. Exactly. And you don't see that anywhere else. I mean, it's just, look. You focus on cooking, we focus on delivery. So you don't need to stress like, oh, let's say the food is ready, I need to go. No, the robot does the job for you. Exactly. Yeah. Which is amazing. You're saving also cost on runners. Obviously, there's a cost for it, but like it's cheaper than having a robot than you paying staff extra to do that same job.
So let's say I have an amazing recipe and I want to go to F&B game, right? I wanna do my own business. How does compare in a traditional restaurant and cloud kitchen?
So compare, first of all, here is, if you talk in terms of cost, way cheaper, obviously. You're saving money in terms of capital. Here we go, our best friend, Mr. Robot. His name is Orion Star, oh, whatever. So first of all, upfront cost, very low as well. Way faster than opening a physical restaurant. I mean, here, like if you want to set up a cloud kitchen, it takes a couple of weeks, right? Exactly. So we have guys that sign up with us after 2, 3, 4 weeks, they're already setting up their kitchen. And if they're happy with their performance and they're doing well, a lot of orders revenue, they call us and they're like, oh, I want second kitchen, right? So like the scalability is way faster than you opening a physical restaurant. First of all, speed, way faster than the physical restaurant. Cost, obviously cheaper than you going for a physical space. Yeah. Risk as well. I mean, risk, obviously there's always a risk in any businesses, but the risk for a cloud kitchen is much lower than you opening a physical restaurant. And also, I think staff. Like if you want to go for a physical restaurant, you have to pay staff in, house, receptionists, staff, waiters. Here, well, you need, obviously you can have as much staff as you want, but like 2 or 3 staff max is, more than enough, right? Obviously it depends on the size of your kitchen and everything, but staff cost is way cheaper than going for a physical restaurant.
Everybody actually knows cloud kitchens like a closed area. You are cooking something inside, right? Yeah. But I saw in the Wafi Mall, we are in a Wafi Mall right now, and there is also dining area. Yeah. So actually this is the benefit, I think. If someone wants to open a regular restaurant, they interact with the people, they can do the same here, right? Is there all the indoor facilities or only in the Wafi Mall?
So yeah, it's good that you raised that point. So dining area is an amazing benefit. Out of our 26 plus sites, you don't have dining areas everywhere, but the dining area, we've noticed that the dining area allows you to have a different revenue stream. So that means more customers. And also the fact that you have a dining area, that means obviously customers can come in, you can interact with them, you can build trust as well. Yep. And also, as I said, like on top of the delivery, the fact they have a dine-in for pickup, it's extra revenue. So in terms of January. So being in the site, all the sites obviously have their own benefits and perks, but being in the facility where you have a dining area is a big benefit. It's a big plus.
So this is in all the facilities or?
Not all. Here, Wafi Mall, obviously, we have in Motor City near Arjan, Miracle Gardens, we have that as well. Silicon Oasis, we have a big one. Yeah, so we have dining area in a lot of facilities, but not all of them.
All right. If I want to set up my kitchen here, how the paperwork works here?
So when it comes to paperwork, everything is mostly Dubai municipality approved. Great, that's part of our kitchens. Bit of lights off. Municipality approved. Obviously, what we do is that we guide you anyways, right? So like when it comes to licensing, you need a license, you need a trade license. The ejari, you need to provide an ejari to us, obviously all these things. But we can guide you with that. We have so many contacts like PROs that we can put you in touch with that can help you with that. It's a pretty straightforward process. I mean, when it comes to setting up the whole kitchen, paperwork, equipment, obviously your equipment list, before you bring any equipment, because you're gonna see like most of our kitchen, there is no equipment. You have basic equipment, right? So I can show you now. So here, for example, we have a sink, and we have a hood, right? And then we have a couple of sockets to plug in your equipment. But like, cooker, oven, fridges. So some sites we have common storage, so common freezers, common, dry storage, chillers, we have that. But in some sites we don't. So this is why sometimes we advise you to have your own fridge, your own freezer. So when it comes to these equipment, you have to bring it yourself. Cookers, everything and so on. But we can guide you. We know suppliers that we can put you in touch with. You can call them and they can bring their stuff in here. But yeah, like that's an example of a vacant kitchen. It comes like this. So you have the hood and you have the sink and you have a couple of sockets here. Obviously gas and electric. The electrical load here is low. So usually it depends. It's between 7 to 10 kilowatt, I would say, on average. But it's high gas. I mean, gas supply is unlimited, right? So I will always suggest you to go on high gas, but we can always work it out. I mean, it's a case-by-case thing, right? So yeah, that's an example. I think that's what, like a 12 square meter kitchen? Yeah, that's like a standard size. So we 10, 12.
This is also the window, which is you can interact.
Yeah, yeah. So some sites do have, that's a good thing about being in a food court, exactly. Is that like, look, I mean, you see, that's pretty cool.
This is
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick.
The food court.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So like customers, if they come in here, as I said, building trust, speaking to them, seeing the same faces. And for you on that, having that, it's a big plus because it's extra revenue. You're generating extra money 100%. Because it's not just, you don't rely only on online delivery. Exactly. You also rely on pickup.
This is the best part of this.
This is the good thing about that. Also, location helps as well. But Wafi Mall is a very good location. Obviously, you have the stores, people want to buy something. They're like, oh, I want to eat something. Let's come here, right? So you have that as well.
So, Mr. Tarek, I heard about some of the operators that are running multiple brands in a one kitchen. Yeah. Is that possible? How does it work here?
Obviously, So very good point. More than possible. That's the beauty of having a cloud kitchen. Like, is that you just don't need to rely just on one brand. We have guys like in some of our sites that will have 5, 6, 7 brands from one kitchen. That you don't need 7 brands, which means 7 kitchen. No, so one kitchen, 7 brands. That's the thing.
What about the trade license?
Trade license is the same. So you use the same trade license. You don't need like a multiple trade licenses. Same trade license, which basically, how do we say? Leads all the brands, right? Okay. So it's a pretty straightforward process. So we have guys that have 10 brands, 2, 3, 4, and you're saving on rent. So like you're saving on rent on bills, utilities, and also the good thing about that is that you can test so many different brands at such a low risk because nobody needs to know, right? You can have a burger brand, a pizza brand, a dessert brand, right? And like you keep going. If let's say one brand doesn't work out and you're like, look, I don't want to use it anymore, you can cancel it, you can get rid of it. But the customer doesn't need to know, right? That's the thing, that you cannot do that in a restaurant. Having multiple brands in a physical store is usually a bit more difficult as well. So so that's the beauty of having a cloud kitchen is low risk and testing. You can test so many concepts at a very low risk.
What right now I'm running the restaurant business, but I want to reach more customer and I want to scale my business. Okay. How Kitchen Park helped me to scale my business?
Very good point. So that's the beauty. Like people say, oh, Cloud Kitchen is only for like startups. No, like we have big enterprise clients, that we work with, that we're working with at the moment. We had like Jollibee at the time, Burger King have worked with us. So we have a lot of big. We have many segments. We have startups and the big ones. When it comes to physical restaurants, startup or enterprise, the good thing of having being another location via a cloud kitchen, it's actually a very smart option because it allows you to test a market at a very low risk without spending too much money. So and also that the contract, like we're talking about a 24 months contract, so it's 2 years, right? You test it. And within those 2 years, let's say like you have a restaurant in Dera, right? But you want to try JLT. I want to try GLT. But you don't want to go into the process of getting a restaurant GLT. It's going to take you months, and then the upfront, the capital cost is too high. You're like, you don't want that. You're like,
you can relocate.
so you can relocate. So the good thing is that two options. Or if you want to expand, you go for a second site via a cloud kitchen. If you want to transfer, if you're an existing client, let's say you already have a cloud kitchen with us, but you're like, after 4 months, like, listen, maybe this is not the right market for me, right? I know you have 26 locations. I want to go to your silicon site. You can transfer for free. So you don't need to, like, there's what we call an activation fee, which is like an onboarding fee. It's a one-time enrollment fee, which basically this allows you to transfer to any of our sites for free. The only thing you have to do is just pay the difference on the rent. But you have that flexibility, like you're not stuck in one location for 2 years. If you want to move 5 times within 2 years, you can. So that's good. So it allows you, you want to test the market, it's not working, I want to go there. That's the beauty of being with Kitchen Park, is that we have so many options, and we keep building new sites and having new, new locations. Like even that at the moment, like I'm not going to disclose anything, but like we're focusing in Abu Dhabi now with potentially a new site. Abu Dhabi now is becoming one of the hottest places right now. Everybody wants to. Abu Dhabi is a very untapped market. There's a lot of potential for delivery as well. So yeah. Inshallah, Ras Al Khaimah, everybody know, real estate. They're talking about a casino, to build a casino there. But a cloud kitchen could be an option there as well. So you're saving money. It allows you to test the market at a very low risk. And you just need to take your equipment, put it in the kitchen, test it. And if you see after a couple of months that site that you're testing is working, you're like, some big brands are like, I've tried your cloud kitchen, I like it. Now I want to open a restaurant.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good way to test it because it's part of a short, mid, long-term strategy. Like, I don't want to open a restaurant yet, but I just want to start via a cloud kitchen to minimize my risk. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So with there's so many options out there, why are the top brands choosing the Kitchen Park?
The top brands.
Brands,
top brands. Look, it's hard to say because it does vary. But what I can say is that these top brands, usually in terms of volume and of orders, I mean, it's crazy. We're talking 200, 300, 400 orders a day. I mean, it's ridiculous. Something that you cannot necessarily do from a physical restaurant. Exactly. And they do crazy volume because the reason why they're so successful is because obviously their marketing is on point. Obviously, it depends on the site. Even though each site has its perks, they know they've studied the location very well. And also their ingredients. They're focusing on like niche. They don't have like a menu that is like 5 pages. You choose the most important items. Cost of ingredients is low, and we know that like usually a customer, when they see a menu that is pretty short and pretty straight to the point, for them is easy to order. So if you're a burger brand, just focus on burgers, a couple of sides and maybe a milkshake. Don't have burgers, pasta, noodles. The smaller the menu, the better, right? And usually these brands, when they do that, they see pretty good success on top of their marketing. You need to be active on socials as well. Obviously, we can give you advice here on that, but that's not our part. That's more your part. And also, the brands that usually succeed, they think outside the box. They go to events, like they do promotions. Maybe the first couple, especially if you're a startup, like you don't really have that presence yet, but you're just getting started. When you're a startup, you need to think outside the box. Maybe go to food festivals, do promotions. Maybe the first 2 weeks I'll do 50% off, right? Like you need to be, we can give you tips on that, but like
marketing strategies.
We can. But we're not a marketing company, but like that's something that we see people like brands that usually succeed are people that already have a very set strategy and really do things differently. This is how they see numbers. Our location, we choose our sites based on real data. The reason why we're in Wafi Mall and we open a location here is because we know that there's high demand for food and people order food. Otherwise, we wouldn't look for a site here. So like we don't get real estate. We don't source sites just for the sake of sourcing sites. We are here because we know people are going to order food and there's high demand for delivery. So yeah, and also the reason why Kitchen Park has its success that we all know, it's because look, if you look at the operations and the way we deal our clients and our operators, like we try to be, go for it, mate. I think it's a sensor, so you need to like, so that's pretty cool. So we try to be as high class as possible. Like for us, like our mantra is we serve those who serve others. These guys, obviously our operators, they serve, you know, the end user, which is the customer, and we want to help them do well. So that's operation wise, we try to be as high class as possible. We have guys in the processing center, they're here from like 10 a.m. in the morning until 1, 2 a.m. It's a processing center. So they make sure that everything runs smoothly, everything is okay. We want them to succeed. I mean, obviously our goal is for these guys to stay with us as long as possible. And we want them to succeed in the long runs. So we make sure that operation-wise, we're on point. Like it could be anything. Like, you know, you focus on cooking, we focus on delivery. Let's say the food is ready and you have so many orders. You don't want to leave your kitchen all the time. Like the drivers are not allowed to come inside our facility for security and hygiene reasons, right? We don't want that. So they wait outside. There's a processing area where they wait. We focus on delivery. You, the operator, focus on cooking. Delivery is our job. So you don't need to stress. We remove a weight off your shoulder. That's our job.
So what's the main benefit to be part of the kitchen park community?
Right. So good question. So beyond just having a kitchen space, what's very cool about being here is that you're actually part of a family, you're part of a community, right? And we can actually walk a bit here. So we have some stories where we had like 2 kitchens that would be near each other, different brands, and like they would become like very close friends and they would start collaborations together. So you have like, I don't know, a burger brand and like a healthy brand, right? And then they would do together like, let's do like a vegan burger special edition, limited edition. It's crazy. Like you have stories where they do collaboration. Yeah, they do collaboration. Then they work outside together. They do pop-ups outside. So it's great because you're not alone. Actually, everybody's trying to succeed. Everybody's trying to take their business to the next level. And this is what it's great. Like, you know, when you have 20, 30 kitchens per site, like sometimes you want to interact with people. Yeah. That's why in some sites we have a dining area where you have one brand owner talking to another brand owner, be like, hey, let's work together, let's do business together, right? Exactly. So this is also very good to network, to meet people, to create events outside. Yeah, like you're part of I would say it's a family. Yeah, it's a family. So this is why it's so cool.
So if I want to start today, what's the first step I need to do?
So obviously, first step you want to do, just go on the website, right? You go on the website, Kitchen Park. I think it's Kitchen Park.
Where can I find the link?
Yeah, the link will be on the bio. So directly, you just go there. There's a form to submit on the website directly. You put exactly how many restaurants you have, what you're looking for to do, like what's, you know, just like a very simple form online. And someone from the team will directly contact you. So it's pretty easy. Or they can contact me if they want to. It's fine. But anyways, we're many in the team. Everybody's here to help you out. So the moment you send the form in, someone will. Fuck, that was bad. Let's do it again. No, I'm not gonna do that. Someone will call you straight away. So yeah, we're pretty active. So we'll be fine.
So if you have any question, please comment below, and we will answer all the questions.
Do that.
Right?
Great. See you guys.
See you next video. Thanks, man.
Salam Azerbaijan Kitchen Park Instagram'ına takip edin.